right, so here's the world beater, Khamzat Chimaev, wicked relevant in 2 divisions. Every time he sees you, he tries to take you down. Gotta think he's gonna try to wrestle here tonight.
That's exactly what he does, right? He wants to impose himself on his opponents. He wants to show his dominance when he's inside the octagon, whether it's on the ground in the grappling, as we saw in Kevin Holland, or whether it's him striking, as we have seen in the beginning of his UFC career. He has all the skills, but it's the mindset of Khamzat Chimaev that I think separates him from most fighters in both weight classes that he competes in.
And with respect to Conor McGregor and everybody else, I'm not sure that any athlete has ever taken this sport by storm quite the way Chimaev did back in 2020. Let's see how he fares in another big spot tonight. Born in Uzbekistan, where they fight at weddings, here is Kazakhstan's Shavkat Rakhmonov, one of the best welterweight prospects in the world. He has finished every single one of his professional wins. He has never tasted defeat. And even though he is not in any great rush for a championship opportunity, the fan base is. They want this man fighting for the title with immediacy. He's sort of contented to bide his time. This is the big spot here tonight. If he can win this fight and handle this particular stylistic challenge, for my money, there's nothing left. All odds on Kazakhstan Shavkat Rakhmonov here tonight. All right, with that, both fighters have now graced the octagon. They will lock the door behind them, ready to go with a crazy fight here at T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas, Nevada. And now our tale of the tape for this welterweight championship fight. Now for the official introductions, here's Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. It's time! 5 rounds for the undisputed UFC welterweight championship of the world. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, presenting the challenger, Khamzat Chimaev. And now, introducing the champion, fighting out of the red corner, presenting the reigning, defending, undisputed UFC welterweight champion of the world, Shavkat Rakhmonov.
All right, Herb Dean, third man in the octagon for this one.
Ready.
All right, early round action here featuring the first Kazakh fighter to sign a contract with the UFC, Uzbekistan's Shavkat Rakhmonov. He's one of the best finishers in the sport. Knockouts, submissions, he's got them in spades. As far as this matchup was concerned, he said he's gonna take what the opposition gives him. He's never in a huge rush, but more often than not, when you fight Rakhmonov, you end up getting finished. First takedown attempt for the wrestler here, and he's able to get the more well-rounded fighter to the ground. So the striker gets a little bit off balance and pays the ultimate price.
But we know this is where this guy wants to be. Now, his opponent is a very good grappler, but this is his wheelhouse. This is where he makes his money, and if he's on the ground on top, he is exactly where he wants to be.
Stay focused on the ground. All right, so inside the open guard of his opponent, you gotta be careful playing around for too long here on the ground with this guy. Oh, he's in trouble here, DC.
He's got the triangle with a lot of pressure going down on his opponent. Now he's in trouble. He's gonna go to sleep.
Yeah, Page and Alexio Oleinik. Somehow he got out, though.
Great job clearing the hips, facing, and getting out of that Ezekiel choke attempt.
He's work. I'll stand it up. Work.
Posturing up now.
And now the damage is about to start.
Oh, the ground and pound is coming. Good movement to avoid some of that power coming back. Well, these are some excellent ground and pound strikes here, DC. There's an efficiency with which he operates in these situations.
He knows exactly when to throw, exactly when to hold, and it's allowing him to really control the grappling aspect of the fight.
There's a song there, right? Know when to hold him, know when to fold him.
Yep, absolutely.
All right, well, he's got him softened up here.
He's putting him in exactly the positions he needs to be in right now. He's able to relax here, and he understands, being a veteran of so many fights, that as long as he's on top, he's winning. He feels like he's winning here.
Well, we'll see who has the edge here as they get back to their feet after a pretty engaged battle there on the ground.
And both of these guys should feel pretty satisfied because they both had their moments and they both showed true skill on the ground. Nice straight punch.
And there he goes, lands another combination. His cardio's so good that it allows him to put forth this type of output and pace.
When his opponent is done at 2, he is stringing together 4, 5, 6 more different strikes. You don't do that without having fantastic cardio.
So we cross the 30-second mark in our opening round. Oh, shoots for the double leg takedown. Looked to be a good entry, unable to finish the job. Stuffs that takedown attempt without issue. 5 minutes in the books. All right, take a seat. Listen, I need you to stay a little bit more active, a little bit more movement. You can't wait on this guy, okay? Keep that. All right, now we take a look back at some of the action in that previous round, DC. A lot to like on both sides, really.
I mean, both were intent on going forward. And what happens when nobody wants to take a step back? They meet in the middle. That's exactly what they did, and they both found success over the course of that round.
You ready to fight? You ready?
Second round underway. Effective strike there by Rakhmonov. Picture-perfect shot there, DC, and one more of those, he might be out.
I mean, the fight is going to be over. I can't believe he's still standing. That shot landed perfect.
Oh, big knee.
Oh, my goodness.
Both fighters starting to open up a little bit. Back to the knee.
Oh, that right hand barely missed there. He's going to guillotine.
Oh, look at this. Jumps over into side mount to try to counter the guillotine.
Good job by the champ there. Sliding back up.
A lot of top pressure being applied here.
Nice defense.
All right, half guard position here, DC. You have an extra hop in your step when you talk about fighters working out of this half guard.
Oh, man. I like half guard as a top fighter. I understand half guard as a bottom fighter. Don't want to be there. It's very dangerous. But if you are there, you have to be winning the position of the underhook. It opens up so many opportunities for you to either escape or sweep.
All right, half guard position here. We'll see what he can do with it. A lot of weapons at his disposal from this dominant position.
Oh, man. I feel for a wrestler, this is the most dominant position in all of fighting because wrestlers love control.
Right.
And to have your upper body free and your leg able to hold your opponent in position, it is like striking gold. Build your posture, throw your punches, big damage, but then always control the far side underhook. This is a great position for a top fighter.
Back to the left hand now, unable to connect. Single leg takedown attempt here, and did that get you out of your seat? Beautifully done by him there.
Oh, man, I jumped up and down. Am I watching the Olympics or a mixed martial arts fight? You don't see single legs this good unless you're watching a real high-level wrestler. Now he's got good body position, yup.
Postures up now and lands the vicious head strike. Under 30 seconds. Chimaev's in half guard. Final seconds here of round 2. All right, round 3 coming up next.
Nice job last round. Take a deep breath and relax. All right, this next round, we want to do the same thing. Let's get this fight back down to the ground, and then we're in your world.
All right, a lot of tremendous striking action in that last round, DC. I know you don't have a telestrator, but take us through the replay.
I mean, I would love to have my telestrator right now. That was a great display of high-level mixed martial arts striking. Both combatants stood toe-to-toe and let it all hang out.
You ready to fight? Ready.
Here we go, third round of this championship fight. All right, here we go. Next round is underway. The previous round figures to be a tough act to follow. Just a great balancing job of patience, accuracy, and aggressiveness.
You watch him and you see the relaxation. He's got to start going down. In the half guard.
Good work from the top here by Khamzat Chimaev. And there it is, another strike. Gets through on the ground. A lot of top pressure being applied here as he works out of side control. Lands a strike now from the bottom. Nice work there by Rakhmonov. And dizzy as he looks to improve position here. Side control now. Well, it looks as though that strike maybe opened up a cut around the eye area.
Yeah, it looks like that strike opened up a cut, John, but it's nothing to worry about now, but he's got to start to protect it.
Under 3 minutes now to go in round 3. Most fighters will tell you offensive wrestling is the hardest, most exhausting thing.
Especially if you're just running the guy over, John, and then he just gets up.
Oh, postures up and delivers a big ground and pound strike to the head. Nicely done there by Khamzat Chimaev. Oh, staying busy from top position. He lands another ground strike there. Oh, that arm triangle's wicked tight.
He's starting to get it in very deep.
Oh, he got out. How good is that?
This guy is so aware. He never leaves anything long to allow for himself to get subbed. Beautiful transition. He flattens him out. This could be trouble.
Oh, well, both fighters pretty comfortable on the ground, DC, but you got to be very careful hanging out here for too long if you're his opponent. Side control now, DC. A lot of options at his disposal from here.
He's a big shot, and they're not glancing blows. When he's throwing, he is landing so clean that his head is starting off the mat.
All right, so some high-level stuff there on the ground, but as they make their way back... All right, so it looks as though now the referee will step in to look at the swelling on that eye as he calls for the doctor. Maybe he wanted to step in earlier, but now he had no choice.
He had no choice. The swelling is so bad, he can't see. He's flailing at his opponent right now.
Looks as though the doctor is going to allow the fight to continue for the athlete. May want to raise the guard a little bit.
He's got to raise the guard. He's got to take some chances because he's very limited in what he can do right now with that much swelling.
All right, so the ringside physician has made his way back to his seat. The referee gets the action back underway. The fans are excited this fight's going to continue.
Absolutely, and I'm just as excited myself. I want to see these guys compete. I want to see who wins. I don't want it to stop because of the cut. I want to see the best fighter get their hand raised at the end of the night. Luckily, we get to try to do that.
All right, that's 3 rounds in the books. We are headed to the championship rounds.
All right, take a seat, buddy. Listen,
All right, heading back to the corner now after that round. And Rakhmonov's eye starting to look pretty bad. He absorbed a lot of damage over those 5 minutes. We'll see if the cut man can do anything about that. All right, so back to the stools we go. They say defense wins championships, and he has not defended well tonight.
He isn't trying, or at least it doesn't seem like he's trying. He has got to move his head. He's trying to react when the punch is already coming, and that's not working. If he takes many more of these shots, this fight is going to be stopped due to the swelling.
You ready to fight? Ready.
4th round now, fight scheduled for 5 5-minute rounds. All right, so here we go. You can feel the tension. 4th round. That is a huge shot right there, DC. You don't want to eat too many more of those.
No, and he needs to start looking to finish now because he's got his opponent hurt very bad.
Unable to connect with the right hand there. All right, so there's the takedown game on display, all set up, though, by the hands this time.
It has to be set up. You cannot make line takedown attempts. You can't shoot. You got to set your opponent up and get that beautiful. Oh, he got to a spot. Oh, he's got the choke.
Oh, tense moment here. That arm triangle's tight. Oh, bails on the submission now.
Inside control, you got a ton of options. He goes knees on belly.
Chimaev's back to the side control now.
What he has to do here is just try to stay relaxed. Big explosive actions, panicky actions are what gets you submitted a lot of times.
Working in half guard here, making these shots count. Oh, nice transition there. You call that a reversal?
Yeah, you turn your defense into offense. Defensively, you switch positioning, you go right on the offensive. That's exactly what he did.
2 minutes to go. That'll do it! Shavkat Rakhmonov. Too good. We go right inside the octagon to Bruce Buffer. He has the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Herb Dean has called a stop to this contest at 3 minutes, 3 seconds of round number 4. Declaring the winner by knockout and still the undisputed UFC welterweight champion of the world, Shavkat Rakhmonov.
All right, so he came in the best welterweight in the world. Nothing changes tonight. Congratulations to the still UFC welterweight champ.
He understands that he is the best fighter in the world at 170 pounds, and he